beam on the north pier. This is the 4-inch foundation. This is the rotted sole plate that's on the north wall, the back wall. This underpin is a fake underpin. This is really just plaster. If you listen to this, it's all hollow. You can see that the footing does not exist. It's just set on top of that slab. More of the 4-inch foundation, the 4x6 sill plate that is rotted out. If you pay close attention to that, that has got a room coming across to the other side. This pier here is sitting on top of the fake underpin. Same thing with this. And that extends over to the other pier. So this is the so-called main beam that's holding point load from the doors up above, extending to the second floor. This is another beam that's going across, sort of makeshift. You can see the connections here, connecting to the pier, to the fake underpin, which of course has no footing on either side. And as you can see, we're putting in footings. Those are 2 foot by 2 foot by 18 inches with number 5 rebar, 3 rows, tic-tac-toed, 3 rows each. All fake underpin.
This is actually a pier that is holding up a beam that has no footing. It is a 4-inch brick foundation on top of this fake underpin that you're looking at. They've got a post, temporary post that's attached to the fake underpin holding up the floor structure. This whole area here really doesn't have any footings at all. They simply poured a little 4-inch wall and then kind of plastered concrete over the top of the sand, troweled it in. That beam that you see there, that temporary beam, is going to be replaced with a full platform. This pier right here is also holding up the other side of the house. And we're going to be reinforcing that with a footing reinforced with number 5 rebar, going from end to end, foundation to foundation. This is actually the fake underpin where you saw that post that was holding up the shoring. And if you look, you can see it's maybe a 1/2 inch thick, if that. This whole area here is going to have to get reinforced, and all of this plumbing is going to have to be removed and reset. This is the framing area. Below the kitchen, we're going to be reinforcing this area. A lot of this stuff they just put in 2x4s as floor joists. Upstairs, there's all kinds of deflection. This is up underneath of the kitchen. You can see that we've got the actual LVL beams in, and we're tying them into the existing joist structure using hurricane straps. We're also reinforcing, sistering in the floor joists because they're all different types of sizes, and we're going to be setting those on top of this beam as you're seeing here. All of those angle irons that you see there are welded to a plate on a 4-inch column. That's standard steel. We weld those together. You can look at the welds. We bolt the platform beam to those angle irons, which are attached to the footing. The reason we do that is for hurricane issues. These straps, the same thing. This is a footing that you're looking at that was poured for the 4-inch column. That, of course, is holding up the platform that's up underneath of the kitchen. So this is our structural reinforcement. You can see that we carried it further towards the foundation wall, setting the entire floor structure above the beams up on this platform that is attached to the footings. All of these, of course, are welded together. This is another angle of it. You can see we had to fight a lot of different pipes. There you can see that the column is actually bolted down to the footing. And then, of course, the joists are strapped to that beam. And then fastened to the footings. So this will withstand lots of wind load. It's another look at the footings and the columns. We had to get those footings inspected, of course. They wanted to see the rebar patterns, which is fine. It's another shot at the welds. This is another beam that was installed for the purposes of shoring up the other side of the house by the staircase. Here you can take a look at all of that plumbing again. That plumbing that you're seeing had to be removed and reset to get that platform in. This area over here, we really didn't do anything with that. That's for another time when the homeowner decides to do something with it. So if you need help with any structural, or you have questions about structurals or basement dig outs, fake dig outs or whatnot have you, give me a call.